Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining. Go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. Today's video is going to be a short video, hopefully quick video. It's the number one recommendation for all new drivers, especially young bucks. And it's 401k. Every job you get, get your first one, get your foot in the door. But every job you get, your number one questions should be uh, pay rate, benefit package, 401k. Most companies will match your 401k. I'm over here waiting to get loaded. Most companies will match your 401k, meaning if you put in 2%, they'll throw in a 1%. Some of them go all the way up to a 6-5 split. If you put in 6% of your paycheck, they will match you 5%. It's 5% free money. It's a 5% raise without having to do anything. Right off the bat, no matter who you are. Now you have to watch out. Some of the ones with the better matching have longer vestment periods, meaning you might have to be at that company for 3 years before that 5% is actually like yours to take with you to another carrier. Um, but you should be asking questions about all of that stuff. You should be learning about it. The way the stock market works is the longer you're in, the more you're going to make because it's compound interest, and you start doing it right when you get into it, early 20s. By the time you retire at 59 and a half, you're going to have $2.5 to $3.5 million sitting in the bank in that retirement account, depending on how much you put in, how much you take out over those years, and just the stock market in general. Uh, but the good thing about a 401k is it follows you. So you stay there, stay at your first company for 3 to 5 years, then you go to another company. You can roll that 401k over into your new company, and you can keep your retirement fund going. So you can work for 6, 7 different companies over the course of your career and maintain the same retirement fund so that you have that when you turn 59 and a half. And you can say, you know what? Fuck the world. I'm done. You know? Uh, Couple other things about the 401k, especially for the young bucks again. You get a one-time deal where you can withdraw money out of your 401k at no penalty for a first-time home purchase. So start that. You get a few years down the road, you want to buy a house, pull some money out of there, no penalty, put it down in your new house. That saves you a couple $100 a month in PMI insurance on your mortgage payment. And depending on how much you put, how much you take out and put down, it's going to save you tens of thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage in saved interest because you're going to get a lower loan. Um, and you have to check, it varies from company to company, but with most companies, you can take out up to a $10,000 personal loan with no penalty, and you pay yourself back essentially with 2% interest. So if you run into hard times, you know, life happens, you can go draw $4,000 or $5,000 out of that and pay yourself back. So you're paying yourself the interest. You're not going to the bank and getting a personal loan at 5% interest. You're not throwing it on a credit card, at God knows what interest rate. You're taking it out, you're paying yourself back. Uh, that can be especially helpful in a bear market. The markets start going down. Don't put 3-4 grand on your credit card. Take 3-4 grand out of your 401k and use that money to pay down debts, pay off credit cards, whatever. Pay yourself back 2% interest, and you're good. In a down market where you might have only made 2, 3, 4% interest anyway, you're better off doing that than paying the credit card company, or paying another loan. Like if you owed 5 grand on a car, you know might as well go do that, pay yourself back 2%, and not pay the bank 6% or 8%, or whatever your car note interest rate is. And they just take it out of your check weekly, and usually it's a 12-month loan, you know, and you can pay it off early if you want to, but whatever. At any rate, that is my number one piece of advice for all young bucks getting into the game: is you are stepping into a career, not a job. Dump money into the 401k. If you do it right off the bat, you'll never miss the money. And when you're 45, 50 years old, and you hear all these other 45, 50-year-old guys that have been out here for 20 years, uh, you know, grabbing gears up and down the interstate, and they're bitching about life and this and that and the other, and you're all right. You're sitting there with, you know, $1 million in your retirement fund already. You're just biding time, trying to pick out what beach you want to retire on. All right. Anyway, that's the video for today. Uh, I hope you got something out of it. I hope it was a little bit informative. I am not an investment advisor. I'm just a guy that's done a lot of studying into it, and once you get going into it and you get your 401k going, you know, max out the company match, and if they do a 6-5 split, throw 6% into that and get a Robinhood account. Or I have an investment account through Ally Bank as well, self-trading account. Or go to Charles Schwab or any of these other brokerage houses and throw another 4% into a Roth IRA. So that way when you retire, your retirement income is diversified. So you're hedging against future taxes. You have some of your retirement income coming in from your 401k that's getting taxed at uh, the earned income rate when you're 60, and then you have another chunk of retirement coming in that's tax free to kind of offset that. At any rate, I know you guys at 21, 25, 26, you're not really thinking about that right now, but there's no better time to start investing. You dump your money in there now, and then when you get a little older and you have a house and you have kids, you can back that off a little bit on your percentages, and it's not going to hurt you as bad because you already have that lump sum in there that's building compound interest. So that's my number one recommendation to all the young bucks getting into it. Number one recommendation to all drivers: you got to start thinking about that stuff. Thank you. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Uh, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you want more videos about this kind of stuff, let me know. It's stuff I've looked into, researched myself for my own personal investment needs. I have multiple Roth IRAs. I'm actually in the process of setting up a SEP 401 because, you know, I'm my own boss, whatever. But at any rate, thank you. Bye.